Alrighty, fellas. So, figured I'd give you a little close-up there for a moment. Today, we are going to be going over the Aimpoint Duty RDS. I recently covered this in my ScalarWorks little review video, but I wanted to have its own dedicated video talking about this optic. Now, I'm approaching about the 500 round mark, which is not that high, I know, but I do believe that Aimpoint has kind of, sort of, made a name for itself in the red dot world. They're known the world over for making some of the absolute best optics around. Now, where do I think that this optic fits in? Aimpoint offers this at a much more attainable price point. The reason that I own it. I love Aimpoint products. I've tried them out many times, but that price tag is always a bit of a killer. You know, I know that you were supposed to invest, whatever you spend on a firearm, you should spend half that on glass. Or if you're talking about a bolt gun, whatever you spend on the firearm, you should probably spend twice that on the glass. Nevertheless, Aimpoint offers this at a price point that is probably, let's say, 5/8 the price of the T2. Now that puts it about in the Aimpoint PRO territory as far as pricing goes, which is a lot more palatable for most people. So, feature set wise, what do you get out of this versus the Pro? You do have the option to run not an option. These run on CR 2032 batteries, which are known to be a lot more, you get a lot more life out of them than you would the, it's a very odd name battery. I can't remember it off the top of my head for the Pro. But not only are they a little bit more rare to find, a little more expensive, but they do not have as good a battery life as the CR 2032s. I believe. I could be wrong. Somebody calls it out in the comments, then I'll know. But I think this is a very good competitor to the Pro for many reasons. This has a whole lot smaller of a footprint on it, considerably smaller in size than the Pro is, and the weight savings that you gain out of this are, you're shaving off a good quarter of the weight if you swap to this, maybe even a little more than that, say 3/8. You are shaving off just that little extra bit, and the way technology is advancing, every little bit definitely helps. This ounces equals pounds, and pounds equals pain. I think that's the saying, at least. Now, I have been very happy with this so far. I have mine currently set up on a ScalarWorks 157 mount. Now, the ScalarWorks mount was meant for the micro series of optics. It was not meant for the Duty RDS, so this mount is going to set this dot a little bit higher than your typical mount that comes with the Duty RDS would. The standard mount that comes with the Aimpoint Duty RDS sets it at the lower 1/3 height. if you were to buy that, if you were to set it up with this, the ScalarWorks 157, which for an Aimpoint Micro would set it up at a lower 1/3. In this case, it's sitting at about 1.97 inches, either 1.97 or 2.02, somewhere in that region, which is actually a little higher than your typical 193 mount. So this is a very, very high sitting optic with this ScalarWorks mount. Now, I think ScalarWorks did a limited run, or maybe I've just been unlucky and haven't been able to get them, but they do have Aimpoint Duty specific mounts for the Duty RDS. But I have not been lucky enough to get my hands on one, or even see them for that matter. But so far, what have I been able to do with this? I have dropped it on the ground once. It was an accident. Didn't mean for it to happen, but of course, as you would expect with any Aimpoint, I picked it up, ran just fine, zero was not affected. Went right back on at 100 yards, and it ran perfectly fine, accurate, no change in zero whatsoever. You know, that's a lot to be said for the optic and the mount. So, enough said there. Brightness levels, you've got 4 night vision settings and 6 daylight settings, with the highest daylight setting being just absolutely blistering. Does everything you need and nothing you don't. Now, I will say, on this particular optic, it has these buttons on the side there, and I actually prefer that. So for those of you who want to run this with a magnifier, it's going to be a lot easier to make adjustments on this than it would some other options. You do get little flip caps to come with this. Now I have mine set off kind of catacornered to where my front flips to the right and my back flips to the left. There's no real reason for this. I'm just being weird. But, you know, if you want to set it up normally to where it just flips to the top, you can do that as well. Protects your lens, keeps it from getting dust, dirt, debris, grime on them. So, always a good thing. And if you want to practice a little bit of occluded shooting, makes that little task easier as well. So, this is my short little rundown on the Aimpoint Duty RDS, what I think of it. Hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.